This is embarrassing. As Joe Biden sends Tinubu away after Chicago judge confirms this. Hello guys, welcome back once again to this particular YouTube channel. This is what we want Inec chairman being that criminal Mahmoud Yakubu, that he should, as a matter of fact, don't put somebody that has a questionable character as the number one citizen, because it is going to affect the way other nations will see us. It is going to affect the way the other nations and developed countries will see us. They will see beyond even our president. They will see everyone as a criminal. That is why Nigerians have been they have been hostile to Nigerians in a lot of countries. I'm going to tell you how Joe Biden embarrassed president, their so-called president being Bola Tinubu. This has never ever happened before. Every now and then, you can never see Tinubu's name on international media for the good reason. It is from certificate forgery to drug-related activity to identity theft, a whole lot of illegalities and a whole lot of criminal cases are against him. And it is quite pathetic. Well, I'm going to tell you how Joe Biden actually embarrassed him, and it is quite shameful that we are in this particular position in this country. Well, before we dive into the cross of this particular matter, please, if this is your first time of coming to this particular channel, don't hesitate, as a matter of fact, to click on the notification button so I get notified and become one of my subscribers. And also share this particular video so it will go viral, so people will know, and well-meaning Nigerians and even the Supreme Court judges will know that this particular man needs to be disqualified, because the level of shame and embarrassment that is going to be gathered or that is going to bring for this country is overwhelming. Well, let's dive back straight to the point. As I told you guys, if you all remember, Joe Biden, who is a Democrat, is fighting a very big battle with the Republicans in the United States, because they've accused him. The other day they saw cocaine in the White House, and they saw a whole lot of evidences in the White House, and they are trying to use one or two things to trap down this particular man, being Joe Biden. And there is no way, as a matter of fact, Joe Biden is going to be mingling with a man with a questionable character, a man that was found guilty of trafficking drugs, heroin in United States, Chicago. Tinubu went for the United Nations General Assembly, and from there he went to New York to go and see Joe Biden. But it was quite unfortunate what happened. It was quite unfortunate to how Joe Biden embarrassed him. People should know that this is an annual something that some of our presidents, do. After the UNGA meeting, they will first of all go and meet the United States president for a bilateral meeting and all that. It is compulsory and is even part of the protocols. Now, people should know that Bola Tinubu's hunt for legitimacy crashed as Biden cancelled his engagement in 2003 and 2006. U.S. President George H.W. Bush, and Chief Olusegun Obasanjo had a bilateral meeting after the UNGA, that is the United Nations General Assembly. You see the picture there. Then in 2008 again, United States President being George Bush again had a bilateral talks with late Omar Musa Yar'Adua. You can see the picture again at White House after the UNGA meeting. Now, people should know that in 2011 again, the United States President, as of then, Barack Obama and Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, had a bilateral meeting after the UNGA meeting. In 2018, U.S. President Donald Trump had a bilateral meeting with Muhammadu Buhari after the UNGA meeting. Then in 2023, Joe Biden snubbed and cancelled all private, mark the word, all private engagement with Bola Tinubu. Joe Biden does not want the world to see and think that he is legitimizing illegitimacy and the business of drug trafficking. It's possible that the FBI advised him to avoid Tinubu. Certainly, this isn't a good time for Nigerians in the international community. And this is basically the truth. You could see the proof of all the former presidents who have in this particular country having a bilateral meeting with the president of US after each UNGA meeting, and that is the United Nations General Assembly meeting and the event. Like I said, Tinubu has been causing a lot of embarrassment and shame and bringing a lot of problems in this particular country, because, okay, imagine FBI said that they are going to release his 2,500 pages of criminal records against him. Even the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran does not even have up to such pages. So how could FBI have such number of pages just for an individual? This same person, Chicago State University, a court ordered him to forfeit 460,000 US dollars, which were proceeds of drug and heroin trafficking. Everybody knows that he actually was part of a drug cartel. You cannot tell me that a man was receiving billions of dollars into his account. He doesn't even know where he's coming from. Meanwhile, he was the one that gave these drug pushers his account number to pay him money. And look at the people that some rascals and some people are actually defending and trying to put as the president of this particular country. Just you could imagine what these people are trying to do and how they are trying to bastardize our constitution and how they are trying to impose an illegitimate person. Now, the same person is fighting tooth and nail in the United States not to release his academic records. And like I said, Joe Biden is fighting the Republicans, because any move that he makes with an illegitimate or somebody that has a questionable character, the Republicans will actually develop a controversy among it. So that is why Joe Biden had to cancel all private engagement with Bola Tinubu. And this is a level that we found ourselves in this country, a level whereby our president is being snubbed, a level whereby our president is not being considered in the international community. About how many days ago, the Chicago State studio and news outlets were carrying the news about Tinubu's certificate forgery case and everything, and how he's fighting to nail for his academic records not to be released. Every time Tinubu and our country is on the international community for the very wrong reason. And look at what the APC boys are celebrating. They are celebrating that Tinubu rang the bell at the ending of one nonsense business meeting. When their mates are celebrating something huge, are celebrating big engagement and contract that are being signed with other developed nations, they are celebrating. And at the end of the day, it even ended up that their celebration was false because they claimed that Tinubu was the first African president to do such. Meanwhile, after a series of investigation, it revealed that Tinubu was not even the first person. But you could imagine how trivial things they the driver and the little things that are trying to insignificant things that are trying to celebrate. Nobody wants to speak about how Joe Biden abandoned and cancelled all private engagement with this particular man. Like I've said, he cannot be an illegitimate president and expect that the world will accept you. Well, let him don't worry because very soon by October, his criminal records will start being released to David Hudeyin and some other good, well-meaning Nigerians. And apart from that, the Chicago State University will definitely, at the end of the day, release its academic records to Atika Baka. And by then, we will know whether Tinubu is a male or a transgender or a female. Because the transcript that he used to gain admission showcased that the transcript belongs to a female and it belongs to a black American citizen, and not just only black American citizen. That the date of birth of the transcript or the person that owns the transcript is 1954, other than the 1952 that Tinubu claimed that he was born. So it's going to go a long way. Even the United States and the FBI might declare a full-blown investigation to understand if Tinubu truly stole the identity of somebody, and the Chicago State University will be in a very big mess and trouble if they are hiding the identity of this particular man. Imagine a man that doesn't want to release his academic records. He doesn't want to be transparent about it, saying that it will cause harm to him. And a lot of guys are asking, what harm could releasing your academic record possibly cause? Which is not possible because there is something fishy that he is actually hiding. Well, like I said, I'll keep on updating you guys whenever we get important information and update, and equally drop your comments concerning this recent development.